अस्सलामुअलैकुम, मेरा नाम है राजा सरोर सोहेब एंड आई वेलकम यू टू दिस स्पेशल ट्रांसमिशन जहाँ पे हम लोग एक स्पेशल शो करने वाले हैं ऑन द इंटरनेशनल मैरीटाइम सिम्पोजियम व्हिच इज गोइंग टू बी हेल्ड on the 7th of May, right sir?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a big international event happening probably for the first time on this large scale inside Pakistan. इसके बारे में मज़ीद जो है डिटेल्स वो आपके साथ आगे जाके शेयर करूँगा, पर इससे पहले मैं आपको आपका तारुफ कराता जाऊँ आज के गेस्ट के साथ. ही इज़ अ वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट. ही इज़ द डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ Institute of Maritime Affairs inside Bahria University, Islamabad, and he's also someone who has done a lot of work in this field. Rear Admiral Mukhtar Khan Saab. He was a serving officer and someone who is well renowned in this field inside the Navy as well. So thank you so much for joining us, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. Sabse pehle, I just want to ask you straight away, because for someone like me who is struggling to understand right now this whole concept, which is a shame basically, because पाकिस्तान में इतनी अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए considering different factors and different reasons के जो हमें सराउंड करते हैं इस वक्त मुल्क के अंदर. I want to ask you that what exactly is the job of Institute of Maritime Affairs and how does it affect the overall condition in Pakistan?
Thank you very much, Sarosh, and for inviting me here for this special interview, and thanks again for the very brief and very elaborate introduction.
I hope I did justice.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I think responding to your question, Pakistan is a maritime nation, and it is blessed with the long coastline, almost over 1,000 kilometers.
Right.
That is the one criteria for a nation to be maritime and to have a maritime thinking. The second most important thing that are more than 90% trade to Pakistan, that is the lifeline of the entire population of Pakistan, that is through sea, through the Indian Ocean and the North Arabian Sea. And a lot of population reside along the coastal areas.
Absolutely,
particularly in Karachi and southern part of Sindh. And of course, with the coming up of the CPAC and Belt and Road Initiative, this maritime activity in our region, North Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean, has to increase, it has started to increase, and whereas it provides a lot of opportunity and very great prospects for economic development of Pakistan, at the same time it brings other challenges as well, in particular the security as well. So in that this backdrop, we have to have very strong security apparatus all along the coast, at sea, and beyond our immediate reach, that is the full expanse of the Indian Ocean region. And in this connection, in fact, we are planning to hold International Maritime Symposium 7th of May, inshallah. And in that symposium, we have invited a number of very renowned international scholars, speakers, academicians, and also from Pakistan as well. And as far as the BRI and CPAC are concerned, this is the first symposium being held in Islamabad.
So we do not want to give away so much right now.
Yeah.
I will hold you right here, because
Yeah.
I want to first come to the Institute of Maritime Affairs. This is obviously the main concern of the main topic of our show today, but we'll discuss that later. How would you describe the role of Institute of Maritime Affairs inside Bahria University is waqt, especially considering that it's a field which is upcoming, I would say.
Yeah.
Opportunities develop हो रही हैं, students जो वो interest लेना शुरू कर रहे हैं, and this field is something जो कि आगे जाके हमें नज़र आ रहा है कि develop होगी. तो what would you say कि इस वक्त role क्या है Institute of Maritime Affairs का, और साथ साथ कौन कौन से departments के अंडर काम कर रहे हैं?
ये सरोज मैं आपको बताऊं कि ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान अप्रूव्ड the National Center for Maritime Policy Research and Institute of Maritime Affairs back in 2006. And that time Naval Headquarters decided to open one section at Karachi, National Center for Maritime Policy Research, Karachi, and that was established in 2007. So major function or the mandate of the center was to carry out the maritime research and analysis, and give the policy advice to the decision maker and the other stakeholders who are working in the maritime sector.
Right.
In Karachi, we have the major maritime hub at Karachi. We have two main ports, Karachi Port and Port Qasim, and now we have the main port at coming up deep sea port at Gwadar as well. Of course, we have Ormara Naval Base, which is at the moment purely a naval port, but has the potential to become a commercial port as well.
Which can be a game changer in the region.
Which could be, particularly the game changer is going to be the Gwadar port, Gwadar deep sea port. We have other small ports, fishery ports at Ibrahim, Hadri, Karachi, and on the western side, quite a big port at Gardani, fishing port. We have ports on Jivani, we have ports of Pasni. So there are a lot of maritime potential, economic potential all along the coast.
And how would you rate the condition of all these different ports that you've mentioned before the intervention of CPAC in this whole situation? Because before that, obviously, it certainly seems as something which we feel कि इस सेक्टर को इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं दी गई थी, लेकिन अब रिसेंटली अब हर जगह बिकॉज ऑफ CPAC पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दीज पोर्ट्स एंड देयर पोटेंशियल एंड हाउ दे कैन बी यूटिलाइज. तो आप इसको किस तरह रेट करते हैं बिफोर द CPAC's इंटरवेंशन एंड आफ्टर द CPAC's इंटरवेंशन?
इससे पहले जैसे मैंने बताया आपको कि वी हैव टू मेन पोर्ट्स एट कराची एंड पोर्ट मोहम्मद बिन कासिम. And Karachi at the moment is handling almost 60% of the cargo needed for Pakistan, and remaining 40% being handled by Port Qasim, Port Mohammed bin Qasim, and that include the cross-border trade, particularly the Afghan trade as well, was being handled by these ports, and that will continue to be as such. But Gwadar Deep Sea Port, that is actually the hub of the CPAC, and that carries much more importance. At the moment, we have 3 berths at Karachi, almost 600 meters sea frontage, but overall master plan that includes more than 20 kilometers sea frontage. That's a huge port, and that the geographical location and geographical orientation, that we call it the very important strategic location of Gwadar Deep Sea Port, which is the epicenter of CPAC, and that provide the very easy and straight convenient linkage to the Central Asian republics, to the China border in north of Pakistan, and to other parts of Pakistan which are not very conveniently linked through Karachi.
Right.
So that is the major point of significance which we can attach to Gwadar Deep Sea Port.
So before this whole thing and before CPAC's intervention came in, obviously now we're talking about reaching out to many South Asian and other regions as well, Africa, and hopefully leading to the other part of the world as well. How much the port of Karachi was effective before all of this? Or like you mentioned, 60% of our trade is done through the Karachi port. So how effective was that for Pakistan's economy in general?
So Karachi port has contributed a lot. If I am correct, in mid-70s somewhere, the Port Mohammed bin Qasim was developed.
Right.
And again, there were a number of limitations as well. It is a long channel. The Karachi port has got almost a 6-kilometer channel, whereas channel of Port Qasim is over 26 kilometers, and that was initially non-navigable at night. So it has lot many limitations. The Karachi port, since the 1947, it has been almost taking the complete load of the trade in and out of Pakistan, including this landlocked countries like Afghanistan.
So there is so much potential for us to utilize at the moment.
And for last 2-3 years, we have developed a deep sea port at Karachi as well, and that has started its operation almost a year back. So it carries a lot of importance as far as the trade for inside Pakistan and Afghan territory is concerned.
That's really impressive, and I feel like this is the kind of knowledge that is not given to the general public on daily basis. We're not aware of what is going on our ports. I would now like to come to the international conference, the international symposium, which is going to be held on 7th of May. What would you like to tell us about that? Who are going to be the participants in that conference, and who are going to be the hosts, and what is going to be the agenda? What do you want to say about that?
So, main theme that we have selected, rather Naval Headquarters have guided us to work on, and finally we prepared a theme for this symposium, which is the impact of a Belt and Road Initiative on the geoeconomics of the Indian Ocean region, prospects for Pakistan, the region and beyond. So, this is the overarching theme that we have worked on and finalized was for this symposium to be discussed upon. So, underneath we have subdivided further into geoeconomics, geopolitics, geostrategic and the security aspect as well. And we have planned this symposium in the 4 sessions. And first, the opening session, we have invited senior leadership from Pakistan for the inaugural session, and of course renowned international and local dignitaries would be attending that inaugural session. And the second and third session, those are the mainly the technical and discussion sessions. And in that we have tried to invite, and some of the speakers have already confirmed to come to Pakistan, and it was a wide-ranging global invitation. We have not been very selective for your particular region. So, for example, we have speakers coming from United States, we have speakers coming from United Kingdom, China, Iran, and one Pakistani speaker probably will be coming from.
So it's like it's going to be like a global village.
Yeah, it is. It's a global sort of undertaking, international maritime symposium. That is why we gave this name to it, this event, and of course quite renowned and very famous speakers from Pakistan. They are also going to participate, and the final closing session again, we have tried to have a mix of team of international local speaker, and I'm sure this will be a forum of very impressive, effective discussion, and of course we hope that we are able to find some logical and pertinent conclusions and recommendation, which again the job of our department to frame them, to carry it forward and move them to the concerned headquarters and stakeholders for implementation and future in support of our economic development.
And how important is going to be the role of China in this whole situation? I'm sure that the Chinese delegation is also going to be present, or someone representing China. How do you rate the overall role of China in this whole symposium? What could be the different factors that can contribute to the advices that they're going to give, or generally their involvement in this whole program? And how and what is BRI? What does BRI stands for, and how is it affecting Pakistan's economy and relation with China?
I start from the BRI. It is the Chinese leadership concept. I think a very pertinent and very logical concept, which is based on the growing globalization trends, which are developing, and they for last since beginning of the 21st century.
Right.
And in this region, in our region, in the Africa and European region, certain Asian republics, and covering entire Eurasia, you may say. So this is the real manifestation of the globalization trends. And as per the Chinese senior leadership concept, it is the interconnectedness, the provision of the connectivity between various regions and the nations through land and through the sea. So that is why it is called the Belt and Road Initiative. Belt is the link toward the seaports of various countries, and road is
part of this, right?
And I am coming to that. And this is the economic integration and the people-to-people integration. These are the major ingredients of the BRI. And CPEC, in fact, is the flagship project of the BRI. That is a subset, and Pakistan is lucky to be a centerpiece of this BRI with, in terms of having the CPEC as a flagship of BRI.
So it's
and
a part
in
of the
this,
larger
yes,
picture.
it's a greater, bigger picture of the BRI, and in that the central project is the CPEC, and in CPEC the central epicenter or the hub is the Gwadar port. So this is what we urge all our nation, entire nation, the people, the stakeholders, the leadership to realize the importance of the maritime component of BRI and the CPEC.
These are golden
Yeah,
words,
this
and we have to take a break right
Yeah,
over here. I'm
definitely.
sorry to cut you, but we
Yeah.
have to go for a very short break. The golden words that you've just heard, take them in, think about them, and we will be right back. वेलकम बैक आफ्टर द ब्रेक पे जाने से पहले हम बात कर रहे थे अबाउट द इंटरनेशनल मैरीटाइम सिंपोजियम जो कि 7 मई को इस्लामाबाद के अंदर जो है मुनक्किद होने वाला है. उस पर हम मज़ीद भी अभी बात करेंगे, पर उससे पहले सर हम BRI को भी डिस्कस कर रहे थे और उसकी इंपॉर्टेंस डिस्कस कर रहे थे इन दिस ओवरऑल सिचुएशन जहाँ पे CPEC भी एक बहुत बड़ा एलिमेंट जो है वो नज़र आ रहा है. तो CPEC को क्यों कहा जाता है दिस इज़ द ज्यूल इन द क्राउन in terms of the relationship with China, and as well as far as the economic condition of Pakistan is concerned, ये भी कहा जाता है कि इस सिचुएशन को ये मज़ीद जो है वो बूम कर देगा.
So, you know, connecting my talk to what we were speaking prior to the break, you know, I was talking about the Gwadar, importance of Gwadar as a epicenter and the hub of the CPEC in Pakistan. And then we have, you know, number of other areas that those are, you know, being implemented, projects being implemented inside Pakistan. Now, you know, some time back there was lot many, you know, even the negative talks about the CPEC, and those have been dispelled for the reason that the number of projects, say early harvest projects, already on ground, and number of projects, infrastructure, roads in particular, the motorways, they are already on ground, and people are really benefiting from those.
Yeah.
I talk of, you know, particularly the Hazara motorway, which I have used.
Absolutely,
I used number of time. I think that
it's
that's
such a convenience for the people who have to travel to
yeah,
that
that is blessing for the people of that area. I think that had the CPEC was not there, probably we would have that facility quite late.
True.
Not in this time frame. That is one example, and other areas, particularly the energy projects, those have been in place, some of them, and there is a very, you know, good I think जो wattage है इस वक्त being added to the national grid at the moment because of the CPEC projects, etc. And future we have to see much more in very rapid rate.
So are there no repercussions of CPEC, or are there going to be something, obviously because in a trade like this जहाँ पे दोनों sides जो हैं वो benefit कर रही हैं, सब मैं आप चाहूँगा कि आप चाइना जिस तरीके से CPEC से benefit करेगी उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा सा बता दें, लेकिन साथ साथ are there no repercussions at all that Pakistan will have to face?
हमारी senior leadership की they have quite deeper realization. It all depends, you know, opportunities are there is no denying the fact.
Yeah.
But you know, it all depends how we play the game.
Right.
If we are unable to play the game rightly, so there are challenges as well, and you know, in number of areas, projects, for example, the labor force. If our labor force is competent enough and skilled enough to match with the Chinese labor
force,
obviously they are going to benefit. But if a timeline, a milestone set for a particular project to move forward and get completed, So Chinese are the local contractors or the people who are
in charge of
investing
this.
in that. They would have the efficiency of the project for its completion. So in my view, they should not very much concerned it be one set of labor they have to apply, and other they should leave behind. It is which one is the efficient labor for them. This is one example. So this is how we need to work. We need to develop the skilled labor in all particular field, not only the labor part, but the people who are implementing this project.
And do you think this process is coming along positively so far? Do we have enough skilled labor, or is there a long way to go?
I think it is going to take some time. I'll be very frank. In number of areas, labor, as far as number is concerned, there is no problem. Right. We have labor in abundance, but skilled labor, we still face the shortage and certain difficulty. And I think the leadership has appropriate realization, and there are steps being taken in this regard.
Great. Yeah. And what are the positive effects on Chinese economy? Because obviously they're not going to do it for free. There's always going to be, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Yeah. So what are going to be the benefits that Chinese economy and Chinese government is going to take out of this whole initiative?
So this overall project, I will not talk only on the BRI, CPEC. Sure. It is the BRI in the broader perspective. Of course, China is investing huge amount of money. I think starting from 1.4 trillion US dollar in the beginning, and it is planned to go up to six trillion dollars. That's huge amount of money, and CPEC is only part of it. Probably now the overall amount booked for this CPEC alone is over $60 billion. So this is the distribution.
Right.
And Pakistan is the one country out of over 60 nations, those who are going to benefit. Those are going to be
another misconception,
going to be linked to these. The Pakistan is not the only country. And as far as the development inside China, I think the major advantage to China is to develop the western provinces, those who are relatively lacking in infrastructure and development and living standards of their people, and they have the easy access to the sea and the trade, very short trade route through Pakistan, through Gwadar to the western part of Xinjiang province of China. And people who have seen Urumqi area, which is probably the capital of the Xinjiang, I've been there almost 10 years back, and now the people who have seen the Urumqi area had this marked difference, and this is because of this project.
Right.
And now there are road links and rail links all extending to the Western Europe. China is going to definitely benefit, and they deserve this benefit because they have the concept, they have the investment.
It's a win-win situation.
It is a win-win situation. But like I said, for Pakistan, if we work efficiently, we play the game intelligently, and we are going to benefit. And this is true for all other nations who are being part of the BRI.
All right, that's a very informative thing, because there is a misconception amongst general public that it might be a project only between Chinese and Pakistanis. But like you mentioned, it's a much larger picture, and there are so many other actors involved in this overall situation. So coming back to the International Maritime Symposium, what can you tell us more about the symposium, and how can the general public, if they want to participate or if they want to attend any session, how can they approach you?
We have, in fact, apart from inviting academia and other stakeholders, all the concerned ministries, as a port and shipping ministry, the fishing ministry, and climate change and shipping, and Pakistan Navy, Maritime Security Agency, Coast Guard, all these are the stakeholders.
Right.
We have written to some universities as well.
All right.
For example, we have written to SASI universities who send their students, those who are involved in this field or the connecting field, particularly the people who are students who are learning the students of the IR, International Relations. We have written to Qaid-e-Azam University, Air University, National Defense University, and of course students from Bahria University. In hundreds we are expecting they are going to attend.
Covering all the major institutions.
Yes, definitely. And last year we conducted a maritime workshop in Lahore, and I have invited all those participants of the maritime workshop, and in that workshop we had MNAs, parliamentarians, and people from industry, people from academia and other field. I am sure they are going to come, they are going to join us, and they are going to benefit from this day-long deliberation.
Absolutely. In the end, sir, I do want to ask you this question, because as someone who has just been introduced to this amazing field and this amazing profession that you were just talking about, we keep hearing about it. It's a very interesting profession, but there's generally a lack of awareness amongst the people about this, about getting into this profession, how to get the right education, and how to become a maritime or a marine scientist, or any other part of this field. So what would be your advice to the students who want to come into this field? What steps should they take, and which route should they follow to be able to become a proper expert in this field?
First, I think I must tell you that Pakistan has all the ingredients which are required for a nation to become a maritime nation.
Right.
All the ingredients are available. And second, of course, like I said in the beginning, probably that 90% trade of Pakistan, it is through sea.
Right.
We have a long coastline, over 100 kilometers, and a lot of potential in Pakistan and in the maritime sector. But we have to really tap it. We have to benefit from that. And there is greater realization now to have a university level education in the maritime field. There are some universities who are taking this education in bits and pieces, like Karachi University teaches some marine biology, and Tasbela University. My center at Karachi, National Center for Maritime Policy Research, has been undertaking the MBA program and executive MBAs and certificate courses and diploma courses for last almost 7-8 years. And now Bahria University is undertaking this undergrad program and working to start the master level program and leading down up to the PhD program. So this initiative is available on the Bahria University website, and I would urge the students who are desirous to join this field. They must consult the Bahria University website, and definitely they would be benefited. And one point again I must tell you that there are requirements, and there is a need to create job opportunities in the relevant fields, in the relevant ministries. So that is the only attraction, or the sort of incentive for the students to join this field. Once they complete this education, they should have some visibility. Okay, they can join that particular job or ministry or whatsoever.
So more opportunities should be created, and like we have in Bahria University, we are taking a great initiative, and sir himself is in charge of all of this. So if you want to join, you can join Bahria University's program or the other programs that sir has mentioned right now. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. It was a great pleasure talking to you, and hope to see you once again on the show.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. With
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you, sir. With that, I'm going to see you next time. Don't forget to tune into the special coverage of the Maritime International Maritime Symposium, which is going to be held on 7th of May. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.